Hello, welcome to our latest education webinar, a unique education experience in the Netherlands, Eerde International Boarding School, and I'm here today talking to Niki Holterman about her wonderful school in the Netherlands. Hi Niki, great to see you.
Hi Fiona, thank you for having me.
That's a pleasure. So it sounds a unique and wonderful place, a boarding school with a remarkable culture, plenty of outside fresh air and lots of sporting and cultural activities. So can you please give us a little bit of background about yourself, how you came to be at the school?
Yeah, of course. So my name is Niki Holterman and I'm Dutch origin. Currently I'm 40 years old and I've been at Eerde for 5 years now. First, I've had my own consultancy business, and then I became a mom, and then I just quit working for a little while, and then I got a bit bored, so they asked me to help them out here with some marketing and sales, so that's what I did. And so actually I grew into the job of CEO after 2 years. That's also my ambition at that time. So I've been CEO of the Eerde International Boarding School since 3 years now.
And I understand you've got a passion for the future of education.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Well, I've been an international student myself. I've studied at an international university and I've studied abroad. And I think that studying abroad is making your world so much bigger. You're not a citizen anymore from a certain country. You're a global citizen. And I think it gives you the experience of a lifetime. Living together and going to school together with over 25 nationalities at one little school of 85 students, then it's a unique experience.
Brilliant. And that is exactly the sort of school that our audience of international families are looking for. So tell us a bit more about Eerde International Boarding School and how did it start? I understand it's got a long history.
Yeah, that's right. We've been an international school since 1934, and actually it's been it got re-strengthened during the Second World War, when we had quite some refugees here at our school. It's part of our history, and after that, it became an international boarding school. And we've had quite some different stages, from being a Quaker school until now being an international boarding school. A quite unique school with a long history.
And you have a beautiful old mansion as part of the school.
We do. We have a castle.
A little bit.
We even have a castle. We often get that if the parents come here, they say, "Oh, it looks like we're at Hogwarts. We're in a Harry Potter movie."
Yes, and some wonderful grounds as well, extensive grounds.
That's right. We've got a quite big estate around our campus, and we take our kids outside a lot for lessons, so for educational reasons, but also for physical exercise. Our kids get lots of PE during the week because we think it's very important for them to be active next to their academic achievements.
And I understand you're one of very few boarding schools in the Netherlands. Is that right?
Actually, we are the only international school in the Netherlands offering boarding facilities.
Really?
Yeah.
And the boarding, what ages can children board from?
That's of the secondary school, so age 12 up.
And what do you think are the benefits of starting in a boarding school?
Well, of course, the main benefit is that we have a certain structure for the kids. The kids so during the day, they have their school, of course, until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. After that, we have got a quite extensive range of extracurricular activities, after-school activities, from sport, art, debate club. After that, they go to dinner, and in the evening, we've got study block. Children are learned to do their own laundry. During the weekends, we will cook with them together. They will learn life lessons, and they will get to know so many different cultures already in that age. So if they leave Eerde boarding school, they know how to survive at university. So they know how to do their laundry. They know how to handle their money, for example. We will teach them how to go on with insurance, with all kinds of life lessons. They'll be taught here before heading off to university.
And I think this is quite helpful with regards to a year's visa work permit after university, isn't that right?
Here in the Netherlands, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, it's quite, and of course the Netherlands have got a big advantage that it's quite international. So if you come to the Netherlands, everybody speaks English. So even from the supermarket, the post office, every shop, almost everybody speaks English. So that's big. And the Netherlands are known for the internationality and also for the big international companies that are here. So getting a work permit after university is not that difficult.
And I think an increasingly attractive place to go to university, I understand.
Oh, definitely. We've got some quite a few high quality universities ranked in the top in worldwide with international programs, of course. So you don't need to be a Dutch person to follow those international curricular universities.
So for families considering a boarding school and coming to the Netherlands, I mean, can you describe location-wise how easy the access is to the major cities, for example?
Yeah, we're located in Ommen. That's approximately 30 minutes away from Zwolle. That's quite a big town already. And we are actually located just 5 minutes away from the train station. In the Netherlands, we're known for our infrastructure, our train infrastructure. So you can get almost everywhere by train, and it's a safe way of traveling. So if the students would like to go to another city, we will take them with the school vans to the train station. And from there, they can go to Zwolle within 20 minutes. And from that, you'll be in Amsterdam within the hour. Yeah.
And what about The Hague and Rotterdam? Are they places you also?
Lovely. And we even take the kids there for day trips. That we take them shopping or just go to a museum. For example, the Rijksmuseum in Amsterdam. We're an official partner from them, so we go there regularly with the kids. And we either take them on a big bus or we take them by train. The Hague and Rotterdam, same goes for that. It's easily to go from Zwolle to Rotterdam and The Hague.
And then the size of the school, I think it's a smaller school and more personal with smaller classes. Can you just give us a rough idea of how many children would be in a class and also the curriculums?
Yeah, so we have, that's one of our unique selling points. We've got very small classes. So every student is seen as an individual. So everybody knows each other. So we have around 90 students and the maximum we can get is a 110. So we've got very small classes. And can vary from 5 to 15. 15 is really the maximum amount of students. If the group gets too big, we'll split them up. But normally, on an average, is 5 to 10. And you had another question.
Yes, and then about the syllabus so you're following the Cambridge primary curriculum in the middle years. Right.
So we have for the primary, we've got the IPC together with the Cambridge. So we follow math and English via Cambridge, and we follow the international primary curriculum. That's known for its themes, and it's educating the kids to look at things in a different way, to present themselves, to have a beginning point. So it's really project based. If they go to grade 6 to 8, we have the IMYC. So that's the International Middle Years Curriculum. Do I say that correctly? I guess. Yeah. And then we go to the IGCSE. So at that time, grade 10, they can get a diploma for the IGCSE. And then after that, they can choose to go into the IBDP. So that's the International Baccalaureate Diploma Program. And as of next year, we will also offer the CP, the IBCP.
All right, good. So a good range. So you're giving young people with a second language, they're getting a very good English language.
Yeah, definitely. So if English is a second language, we can teach them. So for example, for the IB, we can have English A and English B. So also for kids who are not native English speakers, can do English B. And we also offer all kinds of different other languages like Dutch. They can even learn to speak Dutch at our school. German, we've got French, we've got different languages to follow here.
Great. And then I noticed there's a lot about learning and enrichment. You've got an enrichment centre. Perhaps you could just tell us a bit about that. And then the learning coaches and life coaches. So it all seems, as you say, very bespoke. Perhaps describe that a bit for parents.
So like I already mentioned to you, we are a small school. So we find it very important that every student is approached on an individual base. So what we will do every year, we start the year with some testing, and we're not going to test the intelligence of a kid. We're just going to see where he or she stands, just to give us an idea how to approach the student throughout the year and how to help them. Some students might need some extra support, because they've got more problems with math or English. But some kids just need a little bit more challenge because they just find everything very easy. So we look at all the different levels, and some kids just go on the average. That's also fine. So we have a learning support department that looks at those tests and do also throughout the year the extra tests to see if they're growing and developing in the right way we want them. So we can put extra tutoring in, we can give them extra homework, we can give them extra support lessons. So if they need, for example, English or physics or math, but also we learn the kids how to learn. So some children have difficulty it's not their intelligence or anything, or that they're not good at a certain subject, but it's just that they don't know how to learn. So we try to catch that all in our learning support department. We find it very important that we keep in touch with the parents. So 3 to 4 times a year, they get a report card. And after that, there will always be parent-teacher meeting where every parent can get a 10-minute talk with every teacher of the school, of your child. It's just how they would like to do that. So those are the learning support. And then the life coaches are the boarding parents. So the kids that stay here in boarding, they are taken care of by a team of 6 boarding parents. And then we have a head of boarding and pastoral manager. And together they take care of the children in boarding. So there's always an adult person present in boarding. So also during the night. So if there's something wrong or if the kids get sick or anything, then we will take care of the kids in boarding, like with their own parents. And those are specialized people. So they've got lots of experience and background in boarding and social work.
Well, that's obviously very important, and so is well-being, I know, at the school. So all of us have been through the pandemic, but just tell us how was that at the school? I'd imagine you've got a wonderful quality environment to keep young people safe and plenty of fresh air, but also there must have been other opportunities and things that really helped to flourish in the school during that period.
Yeah. It was quite a difficult period, but also I've seen certain students bloom up. They've developed themselves in more adult students. It's been amazing to see the growth. It's been a very difficult time. So what we've done through the pandemic here in the Netherlands, we've had quite a hard lockdown that everything was closed. So you need to stay inside. We even had an evening clock. Of course, at that moment, we had kids that were able to travel back to their parents. Like they stayed in the Netherlands or in Germany or in Belgium. They're quite easy to get them back home. But of course, we've also had lots of kids from outside Europe that were not able to get back home. So what we did, we created our own bubble in the boarding. So all of a sudden, the whole campus was their home, there was no limit. So they were crossing with the little carts over through the school and through the castle. Because this was their home, this was their safe place, their safe haven. So we took care of them. And of course, we had to shut down the school a few times because of the lockdown and schools were closed. But because we're so small, we've been able to get the kids back as soon as there was just a tiny opening from the government where they said, okay, if you can remain the 1.5 meter distance, then you can open up for this and this. So we've been able to get them back straight in. We could make an exception for the exam students because we were we could separate them. And I think we've also learned a lot from that period. So we've learned to work online more, to teach online. And I must say that I'm very proud that we've been able to keep the kids up to speed. So what we've done, we were able to turn around in one day back to online learning and without damaging the quality. So what we've also done is we kept testing the kids afterwards, to see whether there were gaps in their knowledge. And of course, it was more difficult and they didn't get the same learning experience that they would have in the classroom, but we still could see that actually the quality and what they've learned and the curriculum to cover was almost the same as they were in class. So I think that, and it's been a team effort, of course. So it's quite an achievement from the whole team.
Brilliant. And I think a lot of schools have found that, and particularly international schools, and maybe it's something about the diversity and the strong communities you have. So tell us a bit more about the wonderful outdoor activities and cultural activities you've got.
So of course, next to that, we're a school. We also do lots of activities. So we take the kids out a lot. If it's possible, we'll do PE outside. every subject will take the kids out for at least 1 or 2 periods per term to do outside schooling. We have a week without walls, and that means that we take the kids out of school, out of the walls, and so we do that. For example, the second week we take them out. This year we take them out to the Ardennen in Belgium, where we'll go camping with all the secondary students, and there we try to, next to all the team building and having fun, of course, we try to catch the limits. So we'll go rafting and climbing, and we will do all kinds of things out of their comfort space. Of course, within the safety of a professional organization, but we will try to move their boundaries a bit, see if we can get just a little bit further. We have we are an official partner of the Rijksmuseum in the Netherlands here, the Amsterdam. So we, together with them, we make international school tours for the IB. So this year it's for history. So as you can imagine, we take our kids there at least once or twice a year to the Rijksmuseum. We have a very extensive extracurricular and after-school activity program where they can choose all kinds of different sports, volleyball, soccer, basketball, but also they can go for horseback riding. They can go for tennis. We're going to offer a diving course next year. We're going to offer CrossFit, for example, but then also we've got debate club, art club, music lessons. So if a student would like to, they can learn to play the piano, or they can just catch up in a choir, or they can do school music production. So it's a quite extensive range of after-school activities that we offer for the students.
And do you encourage elite sports or
definitely? So we
young people in different areas, music, the arts, etc.
Because we're quite a small school, we are able to be flexible. So we've had students, for example, competing on a high level on the equestrian, like the horseback riding. So, and then we would need to adapt their timetable for them to be able to go to big tournaments or playing soccer at a quite high level. We've even had the professional soccer clubs here in the neighborhood that they would get their children. So they would recruit their soccer players in countries outside European Union. They would arrange the visa and we would do the academics. Because we can do everything online and we can shift a bit and we can do stuff in the evening. That means that we can combine that.
And they can also keep up their sporting or music practice, etc. Yeah. So it sounds an ideal combination, and this small groups and presumably the young people develop friendships for life, I would imagine.
I know, yeah. We have reunions every 5 years and we get them from the 1960s onwards. The students come back because students for an internship or for a career carousel or.
And this is a mixed school, boys and girls.
Yeah. We do have two different boarding houses on campus, so everything is close to each other. There is a girls' boarding house and a boys' boarding house.
Right. And then where might young people go after school? To university, other areas? Can you just describe their sort of career path?
So what we've seen last year, actually, we've seen lots of gap years, but that was after COVID. But normally, and also this year, they go to universities here in the Netherlands, like we spoke about. They've got quite some good universities, high quality in Delft, Rotterdam, Amsterdam, that are quite good. They go to the UK or they go back to their own home country. We've got a university counselor that helps our students go into the right university. So at the moment, then, when they even start by choosing their subjects, for example, for the IB, we check out what do you want afterwards. Do you want to go? So we've got for next year, we've got some students that want to go to Oxford and do medicine, study medicine over there. So we need to know that on beforehand to make sure that we choose the right subject so that they'll be able to choose all the 3 sciences, for example, and then also even do Latin still for them. So to be able to go to that right university. So they go everywhere. It depends on whether they want to go back to the home country, stay in the Netherlands, or they go to the UK or to the US.
And the parents, what sort of support or encouragement do they get? Do they feel part of the community as well?
Yeah, definitely. So we have we use a platform in which they can just track the record from the kid. We keep track of everything, like if they're absent and if not. Of course, if a kid gets sick, we will inform the parents as well. We have our parent-teacher meeting every 3 years. Our primary has regular coffee mornings. We have an opening of the academic year. So that's on the Sunday before the academic year starts, and we invite all the parents and siblings to that to come and meet the team. And then we also end the year as well with the team with the barbecue, where we will hand out the yearbooks. And then lots of parents come pick their children up to travel further, also the international parents. And that's just, it's a great way of seeing everybody again.
And is it a 3-term academic year?
Yeah. So last year we had a 4-term, but we will go into a 3-term because that's easier to plan.
Great. Well, that's been fascinating. So would you like just to sum up what sort of specialness the school holds, do you think, for parents and young people if they're considering coming to your school?
I think that we offer a very safe place for the children. We're located on a safe area in the Netherlands. The Netherlands is quite an international country. A boarding school gives friendships for lives, and because we're so small, we see every child individually. So everybody knows each other, from 4 years old to 20 years old. And so we also see some kids don't like it when they feel like they're being seen. But most of the times it's good to have a close eye on the kids. So our extracurricular activities make it unique as well. The grounds that we're on, and the fact that we just offer a wide range of curriculum so we can cater for everyone's need.
Well, it certainly sounds a wonderful environment with plenty of fresh air and stimulation. Young people will certainly flourish. So thank you very much for your time today, and we're looking forward to learning more about your developments over the years. So thank you very much, Niki Holterman.
And thank you for your time.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So I was speaking to Niki Holterman, the director of Eerde International Boarding School, and you can find details on this slide about her. And here are the contact details for the school, and they'd be very pleased to hear from you. My name's Fiona Murchie. I'm the managing editor of Relocate Global. We do a particular education support with plenty of guidance for parents and companies supporting young people into education and schools around the world. You can get details via our website, and please join us for our spring and autumn schools fairs. Thank you for joining us today.